Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. This week, I spent $56 cash on groceries. I also did a Scene Point redemption, and in a separate video, I showed a big Shoppers, I guess PC Optimum point redemption at Shoppers Drug Mart. I often show the actual groceries that I buy and the meals that I make. And I sometimes get asked, well, what about other household supplies? What do you do for those? So this was a little glimpse into what I do for some household supplies. We had some really great meals this week. Check it out. For supper tonight, we are having grilled chicken burgers, and these are the compliments chicken burgers that we had, frozen burgers, with the salad that I purchased at Costco. No, not Costco, Sobeys. This was a guacamole crunch, and we are going to top the burgers with, well, I'm going to top mine with spinach, ketchup, relish, and mustard. And I'm not exactly sure what the handsome one's going to choose for his. I might even put onions on mine or a pickle. This looks really delicious. I'm excited. I was digging through the freezer, found these sausages, pulled them out early this morning. They're still not quite thawed yet, but we are going to throw them on the barbecue for lunch. These look really good, but they shrunk up a lot, or they seem to be quite short, I guess, for sausages. Oh well, I think I'm going to cut mine in half, and so one sausage for 2 hot dog buns. Sausages for lunch today. They are going to be hot ones. These are chorizo sausages, so spicy. These are some chicken strips I got a week ago, 2 weeks ago at Foodland. And we are just going to have them tonight in wraps for supper. Quick supper, because we have plans tonight. These look good. The handsome one has spinach, cucumber, cheese, and mayo. I have what's left of the salad that we had last night for supper. Also tomatoes and cheese. And I'm going to put a little bit of ketchup on mine. Or mustard. I haven't decided. Maybe a little both. Leftover sausages for lunch today. Yummy. The handsome one has full sausage on his. I cut mine again. We both have cheese. He has mustard. I also have ketchup and relish. I might put onions on mine. Onions added, and we're eating outside today. It's a grim and dreary day. Boo. We still have pork chops left over from supper a couple nights ago and want to get them used up. So I am dicing them up. So I'm cutting them real fine and then dicing them. Put them in the pot, and then I am going to combine these barbecue sauces. I don't know how we ended up with 2 open ones, to make kind of like it's not going to be pulled pork, obviously. I cut it, but a barbecue pork, and then we're going to use that as a topping on nachos tonight. So I think that's going to be delicious and a really good and innovative way for me to use up these leftovers. I added a very, very, very small amount of water, Bullseye's a really thick sauce, and there wasn't much left in the bottom here, but I shook it up really good because I just want this to be stirrable, easily stirrable. I'm definitely going to have to get some out of the other jar as well, but this is a good start. Definitely needs more sauce. On to bottle number 2. This is looking really good, a lot better. It's heating up. I'm going to get everything out now for the nachos. So this is red peppers and jalapenos so far. Just adding on the pulled pork now. I'm going to top it with the pre-grated cheese that I got from Costco. That'll give me an idea of the meltability of that. I've never purchased cheese at Costco before, so I'm curious of how it will work for me. I know there's particular brands that I really like. I really like compliments. Works well. This looks good. This is a good idea. This looks really good. Some stuff down in the edges. It's great. Okay, looking pretty good. Let's get her in the oven. I've got the oven on 350. These turned out really good. The cheese melted great, so I'm happy about that. Since this is the first time we've used this kind, and I'm looking forward to having this. Handsome one wants to eat. I've got water boiling. I'm going to throw some shells in. I'd like to use up the rest of this pasta sauce, having a quick lunch. I'm hoping that the handsome one will be agreeable to eat this pasta. This is the one sausage that was left over from the last couple days of lunches, and I'm just going to throw this into the pasta. Got it cut up. Sausage and bacon topped pasta, just using up some leftovers. I ended up topping mine with tomatoes and green onions. We decided tonight that we were going to have charcuterie. I bought this meat several weeks ago. We have now the boursin and cheese. I've got the homemade pepper jelly. We also have pickles, black olives. We have the pepperoni that I got from Costco that we're going to cut up. But one thing that we didn't have was grapes, so I did something. At Walmart, I bought $2.30 worth of grapes, so that will have to go on to next week's budget. Want to know how much $2.30 worth of grapes is? Actually, not that much. I'm excited actually because they're the really tiny, tiny ones. I like those ones. So this is what we are going to have for supper tonight. We're going to start plating everything up. The handsome one is already cut up, the dill pickles and the pepperoni. This looks really good. So we have the 3 different kinds of meats here, here, and here from the charcuterie meat tray. We've got black olives, we've got cut pepperoni, we've got grapes, blueberries. I cut the boursin cheese in half because one thing of boursin for 2 people is excessive. We've got pickles, Cheez-It crackers. I don't even know what kind of crackers those are, but they were in a container, Tupperware container in the cupboard, so we're going to use some of those up. I've got some cut pieces of Gouda. Looking really, really good. We're also going to try for the first time these jalapeno crackers that we got from Costco. I just threw a handful right on top of the platter. A cold plate for lunch today. Potato salad, some olives, and this is cut up salami from the salami stick that I got 2 weeks ago. Just getting ready to pop these into the oven. This is cornbread, and I'm going to make a spicy cornbread. It's cheddar, so I added some of the Tex-Mex cheese that I had into the mix, and I'm gonna cut up one of the jalapenos that I have to top this with just a little garnish. This will make them a little bit fancier, a little garnish on the top. These turned out pretty good. I'm excited about that. We are going to have these with supper tonight. It's raining again, so I'm going to make a rainy day meal. I had the handsome one pull this chicken out of the freezer earlier today, so that is thawed now, or mostly thawed. We are going to use this mix to make home-style chicken stew. We have already cut and boiled potatoes and carrots. It's going to go in the stew, and I will also add some frozen veggies at the very end, per the recipe. I love this recipe. It's discontinued. You can't get these packages in the summer. It is 2 cups of water, You mix in the package. I'm going to add this to the potatoes. I'm going to add in the chicken. I'm going to bring it to a boil. Then I'm going to add in, I know we have frozen peas. I think we might have frozen beans as well. If we do, I will definitely add some of them in. Very, very easy. So here is the mixture, the sauce mixture. I've got the chicken in there as well. I'm just going to turn this on now. We'll bring this to a boil, and then when it is starting to boil, I'll add in the frozen peas, because for sure I have frozen peas. It did come to a very small boil. I added in a few green beans, cut green beans, and some peas. We're going to bring this back to a very quickly bring it back to another small boil, and then we're going to serve with the cornbread. Yum! Chicken stew and jalapeno cheddar cornbread. Chicken stew and jalapeno cornbread for lunch today. Yesterday, I was looking around the freezer, looking to see what items can we, older items can we eat down, and I found a little package of steaks. Now, these would have been cheap steaks that I bought in a club pack and then subdivided into freezer bags. So when I buy them like that, they are typically marinating type steaks. So we put them in a marinade. We've had them marinating overnight. So we kept flipping it in the fridge. So they should be nice and tender. And the marinade was just a cheap marinade. My favorite one actually is from Dollarama. And you can get two, I think, for $1.25 or $1.50. Very, very reasonable price. We are also going to have baked potatoes. We microwaved these for 10 minutes first before we put them in here. And I'm going to cook up the last of the asparagus. I'm going to go get that out now and get it in the oven. So I had initially been thinking that I was going to cook the rest of the asparagus. When I open it up, this is too much for one meal for us. We actually will be able to get 2 more meals for this. So if you remember back, I paid $5.99 for this asparagus at Costco. And I'm going to say 2 weeks ago, and we're getting 4 meals out of it. I think that's very, very reasonable for 4 sides for 4 different meals. I am getting everything together now. We've got the potatoes with butter, so we'll top with a bit of sour cream for both of them. A little bit more over here. We are going to put a little bit of red garlic. This looks pretty good. I'm thinking in my mind, what could we add to this? And I was thinking pickles. So we might grab some pickles. Chicken stew and jalapeno cheddar cornbread for lunch again today. It's really yummy. It's sunny out today, but it's cooler, so it's nice to have something that warms the inside. I love stew. For supper tonight, we are going to use up some of the buns. We are going to eat the last 2 of these smoked Gouda and cheese hamburgers. We're going to barbecue those. And I am going to use some of this Classico mushroom Alfredo sauce with some actual mushrooms cut up and some bacon. I'm going to make like a sidekick, but better than a sidekick, using it'll probably end up being half of the sauce here with some rotini. So we are going to try this for the first time. So I just want to share a little bit. We've really been enjoying these burgers. So when you take a look at the ingredients, it's beef as number 1, smoked Gouda cheese, and the ingredients that make Gouda cheese, water, toasted wheat crumbs, salt, textured soy protein concentrate, smoke flavor, spice and spice extracts, and natural flavor. It's no wonder that we like these ones in particular. The handsome one really loves the jalapeno burgers as well. So this is one burger, so let's say 170 grams, 510 calories. I'm not surprised. We are 1 gram of fiber, 0 grams of sugar, 730 milligrams of sodium. Ugh, I guess 730 milligrams of sodium in a burger, or 730 milligrams of sodium in a teaspoon of soy sauce. It's probably more than that. In the grand scheme of ingredient frozen burgers, we're really happy with this brand in general. We have the rotini boiling, and I cut 2 mushrooms and put in with the rotini. I used half the bottle of the pasta sauce. I added the bacon bits. I added a little bit of spices that I had in the cupboard, like spice blends. And we're done. This is my side kick that I just made up. Yay. This looks pretty delicious. So we are having burgers and pasta for a side, and the pasta is bacon mushroom, Alfredo bacon mushroom. Pretty happy with this. I really do try to be creative with the food that I cook and repurpose, and in repurposing leftovers to make something different and exciting. We had a couple really big successes this week. Definitely the pulled pork nachos were absolutely delicious. And also my first attempt at my homemade sidekick, the rotini bacon mushroom, was a huge success. Definitely, sometimes I get these ideas and then I think, like, why haven't I been doing this for years? We had really great meals. We were able to clear some items out of the freezer. Looking forward to having more space, and looking forward to refilling the space. Let me know what your thoughts are. I hope you all have a really fantastic weekend. And as you can tell, it is raining here again.